How's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Right, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a basic onion bhaji. Now, you've probably got a spice rack in your kitchen which you've never touched. Something like this, you know, all the spices on, and you don't know what to do with them. Well, chances are you've got these ingredients in that spice rack, so you can make this onion bhaji. Very tasty, very simple to do. Many different ways of making an onion bhaji, and this is just my particular take on it, just so you can use some of those spices in your spice rack which you got for Christmas 10 years ago. So for this onion bhaji, what will you need? Some cumin, some hot chili powder or chili flakes if you've got them in your spice rack, it's perfectly okay. Some fenugreek, sometimes called menthe. Some ginger, turmeric. Now, if you've got curry powder, excellent, good. If you've got garam masala, even better. Now, I do like garam masala because it's got like a citrus, like a lemony background flavour to it. But if you've just got curry powder, it's just absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Some ground coriander, salt, some garlic puree. Now, I'm using puree. However, if you've got garlic granules, absolutely fine. Really doesn't matter. It's your choice, but for this particular one I will be using my garlic puree. As I say, if you've got the garlic granules, that's okay. Don't worry about it whatsoever. And some flour. Now, I know that the flour that they tend to use is gram flour, but I'm just going to use some self-raising. You only need just a little bit of flour anyway, so don't worry about that. 2 onions, or a onion, depending on how many you're going to make. The recipe will pretty much stay the same anyway. Some potatoes. Now, I'm not going to use all of them. It's just for photographic purposes only. However, chances are if I'm using these 2 onions, yeah, I will be using those, and 2 eggs. That is also optional. If you don't want to use eggs, a little bit of cold water will be absolutely fine. It is totally up to you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is chop that onion, peel the potato and chop that. So, well, let's do that. And we are back. So the onion and the potatoes, my friend Billy removed their skins. So next, all you do, get your onion, cut it in half, lay it down on its side, and you want to cut nice thin strips going all the way down like so. Ta-da! So you carry on doing that with 1 onion or 2 onions, depending on how many you want to make, of course. Exactly the same sort of thing with the potato. You just go down thin strips. Takes a little longer with a spud, because what you want to do then, make little matchsticks like so. You get the idea. So I'll carry on chopping and put everything into a bowl, and we'll go to the next stage. So, as always, let's do that. We're back. We're back. So, you got the onion and the potato in there. Now, at this stage, if you don't want to use eggs, which is absolutely fine, it's totally up to you, you can use water. Good old H2O. Now, you could, if you wanted to, it will take longer, use the natural water that's in the onion and the potato and draw that out by simply adding salt. Now when you add salt to potato and onion, like so, about 2 teaspoons in there by the way, just in case you wanted to know, a process of osmosis takes place. Yes, you see, I read stuff as well. I read books. My first book was Peter and Jane Goes to the Park, and the next one was Advanced Biology by Baron von Frankenstein. So you can see I've really gone to town. Now when you add salt, it shrinks the cells of the onion and it draws out all the water, so you don't have to use too much water. You can just use what's naturally in there, but it'll take about 2 hours before you get a nice little puddle in the bottom. But as I said right at the very beginning, it's just something for people who have got a spice rack, don't quite know, you know, what to do with it, do like onion bhaji's, so you do this. Like so, just mix it up. Now if I left that for a couple of hours, there'd be a nice little puddle of water in there, but I'm not. I'm going to use a couple of eggs. But there you go. Also, I'm using a little bit of self-raising. Now I know traditionally, and it's out there, you see they use gram flour. However, I've seen recipes that they do use plain flour or self-raising. So I've also got to say that as well, because people get a bit stroppy. They do indeed. Oh, you didn't use this, and you didn't, and this wasn't right, and that. And you think, well, no, I'm not a professional chef. I'm just a guy in a kitchen, occupying himself, just putting stuff out there, just for fun. I'm not after fortune, and I'm not after fame. It's just one of them. And you do get some very strange comments on a video that I've done. About the pasty. Oh dear, the comment I got on that one. You'd have thought I'd have walked in his house on Christmas morning and pissed on his kids. You wouldn't have believed it. But there you go, it happens. So this is just a recipe of a basic onion bhaji, extremely tasty. So let's get all that out of the way and carry on, shall we? Oh dear, it is fun. My goodness. So we've popped the salt in there. Next thing I'm going to do is crack the eggs in. So there we go. There's the one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Next, let's do our spices. So you ready with your spice rack? Okay, here we go. Cumin. I haven't got too much left of that, so I'm probably just going to use all of that, which is actually bang on. Teaspoon of cumin. Ginger. Same again. Teaspoon. Now, remember what I was saying? If you've got curry powder in your spice rack, absolutely fine, perfect. If you've got garam masala, excellent. Now I'm going to use that because I do like that citrus, lemony flavour in the background. But if you've got curry powder, equally as tasty, really doesn't matter, do not worry about it. So, with Gary's masala, I'm going to put in there a teaspoon, like so. Yet again, with the garlic, I'm using garlic puree. If you haven't got garlic puree and you've got the garlic granules in your spice rack, absolutely fine, don't worry about it. So you're going to use about a teaspoon of, a level teaspoon by the way, of garlic granules. However, with the puree, it is a little bit stronger, so I'm just going to go with half a teaspoon of garlic puree, like so, which does smell extremely nice. So I'll just pop this in the sink and I'll be back, like so. Okay, next, your ground coriander. You could use finely chopped fresh coriander if you want to, but if this is in your spice rack, why not use this? It's there. And a teaspoon of coriander. Now, your fenugreek, sometimes called menthe. You may or may not, depending on your spice rack, have this. I'm hoping you do. Let's give it a little shake first. I haven't used this for a little while. There we go. There we go. And that's a teaspoon of the fenugreek or menthe. Next is your turmeric. Oh, get it all over me, why don't I? About a teaspoon of turmeric, extremely good spice that is, does a lot for you. Anti-inflammatory, and it's actually a clothes dye as well. Now then, your chilli. Now you can get some chopped chilies if you want to, or if you've got pickled jalapeno, you could finely chop them and pop that in. It's up to you, really doesn't matter. If you've got chili flakes in your spice rack, most do, to be honest. Good. If you've got chili powder, even better. So I'm just going to go in and put about a half a teaspoon of chili powder in there. I don't want it to be really too hot, too overpowering. So there you go. So that's all your spices. Next is the flour. So the first thing that I want to do, I just want to give that a quick mix up before I start adding the flour. Get it all them flavours to start meeting and greeting each other, as you do. And already that smells really, really good. Fantastic. See, already, I don't know if you can, well, you will be able to see that if I left it there, how quite watery it's gone. And that's not just the egg, that's actually the water that's starting to come out of the onion and the potato because of that salt. Okay, next I'm going to slowly add the flour. Now this is one of those ones where you just add a little bit and mix it up, because you don't want it particularly dry, but it's got to be like a very, very sticky texture. Definitely going to need some more there. Just bit by bit, like so. I have got another bag of flour, by the way. Look at that. It's like smoke. And it's just starting to stick now. A little bit more. I might just have enough. I might not have to break into another bag of flour. That smells absolutely gorgeous. And yet again, a bit more. Start to get quite sticky now. Have I got enough flour in there to finish off? Probably not. I might have to break into another bag of flour. So I'm going to have to cut this little bit short, break open another bag of flour and get back to you. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. Wow, that smells so good. Right, I will just get a bag of flour and I'll get back to you within a blink of an eye. How fast was that? How fast was that? Okay. Let's pop some in and carry on what we was doing before. It's very messy. The kids would love doing this, by the way. I think that will be near enough there after this one. Just make sure I get all the ingredients from around the edges as well. Waste not, want not, that's what they say. So they tell me. Okay, that's kind of the consistency that you're looking for. It's quite tacky. Do I put a little bit more in? No, because what you tend to find is if you put too much flour in, it gets quite doughy, and that's not what I want at all. I want all that onion and the egg and everything else. Just to the flour is just kind of going to bind everything together. So to be honest, I think that is pretty much where I want to be. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is just I'll swill off my hand and get a little bowl of water, because what I want to do is make the little Bhaji balls. I beg your pardon, you heard me. So if you dip your hands in water first, it'll stop all this mixture sticking to your hands, so you can kind of mould before they go into the fryer. So let us do that. Right then, we've got our mixture. I've got my trusty old fryer going in the background. Got some water here, so let's start making them. So all you need to do is just dip your hands into some water, get a little bit of the mixture, not too much water by the way, just enough to stop your hands, stop the mixture sticking to your hands, and just make a little Bhaji ball like that, and that can go straight into the fryer. Now, as you're bringing up the heat for your fryer, if you get a little strand of onion and just dip it in, and if it starts to sizzle, then your oil is good to go. And just ease back on the old flame elevator a little bit, because you don't really want to rocket these too much. So over to the flame elevator we go. That one can go in. Let's carry on. And so here we are at the flame elevator. I've put the Bhajis in. So I'm just going to keep these going in there until they go nice and golden brown. Like so. Look good already, don't they? Oh yeah. A very simple, very basic way to make an onion Bhaji with your spice rack that's been sat in the corner of your kitchen since the early 80s. But they really are good, really are tasty. Now, up to you how you serve them. Bit of sour cream and chive dip, or a little bit of lemon juice is very, very nice. It is absolutely up to you. Or serve them with salad. Hey, you're the master of the Bhaji. You make your choices. Totally up to you how you serve them. So I'll just keep these cooking for a little while longer. Let's just put one on a plate so you can see. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that's how you make an onion Bhaji. Well, a basic onion Bhaji anyway. So if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up or click that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. And I shall catch you on the next video, folks. I'll catch you later.